So Pi Network, we're finally talking about it. Pi Network is finally launching their mainnet on February 20th, and with this mainnet launch, they are introducing the Pi coin officially, right? After years and years of delay, they're finally doing this, and it seems to be pretty official. So, you know what? Congratulations to the Pi coin users, man. You've been waiting for this day, and it finally happened. It's such a great news, right? Already, there have been a few exchanges confirming the listing date for Pi coin, namely OKX and HTX, previously Hobby, and a few other exchanges which I'm not going to be naming. That is why in this video, Crypto Ninjas, we are going to be focusing on a few important points. First of all, what is Pi coin? Its history, like brief history, and then the pros and cons of Pi Network, Pi coins. Then we'll be talking mostly about the launching date of Pi coin, the mainnet, and also the price prediction of Pi coin after being on OKX exchange. This is going to be a fun video, so let's dive into it. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Ninjas on YouTube and follow us on our X account for the best crypto contents. Also, use our referral links for Bybit, OKX, Binance, and all the exchanges for 20% off up the trading fees. The links are in the description and also in the reply. Thank you very much. Alright, so this is the official announcement from OKX, the official listing of Pi coin. This is gonna happen on February 20th at 8 a.m. UTC. Very exciting news. Pi is gonna be listed on spot trading, and it's an amazing news, obviously. Like, as you can see, it reached 4.6 million views with a lot of the Pi users, going down here saying that, wow, this finally happened, huge news, you know what I mean? So yeah, once again, congratulations to Pi coin. However, before we talk about the listing and the price prediction, let's first of all dive into what Pi Network is. A quick brief history of what Pi is. This is the official website, and this is the official X account of Pi Network, so make sure to follow them and do your research. So what is Pi Network? The brief history, right? Pi Network started in 2019, I believe, and this is founded by Stanford graduates. Their goal is to make crypto mining accessible for all people, right? No expensive hardwares, no crazy electricity bills. Like, it's nothing like mining Bitcoin, right? If you want to mine Bitcoin, you need crazy hardwares, you need to become a validators, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. If you want to mine, Ethereum on proof of stake, for example, then you need crazy capital, right? A lot of money, a lot of Ethereum staked in order to become a validator and to mine. But with Pi coin, it's just very simple, right? You just need to tap on your phone, right? Use your phone, tap on it every day to mine Pi coins. That's what it used to be. Just log in. I believe that the tapping mechanism and the earning Pi coin mechanism has changed drastically throughout the years, but that's what it generally is. Because Pi Network's focus is all about availability and ease of access, they choose the phone, mobile first, to be the main platform, right? So that's why it attracted over 100 million, downloads, and it's clear that the people were very, very invested. The community of Pi Network is probably one of the biggest that I've seen. Now, I'm not gonna be, commenting too much about the quality of this community. That will be for the next part. But yeah, one of the strongest community that I've seen. Now, fast forward to 2025, right? Pi Network has been running for years and years now. It has some pretty impressive numbers, you know what I mean? If you go through, the Explorer of Pi, if you go to the blog, transactions, operations, network migration activities, you can see that Pi Network has attracted over 18 million users who completed the KYC. Also, within these 18 million people, more than 9 million people have transferred their Pi to the mainnet. So this is an amazing news. Actually, about 10 million accounts right now have migrated to the mainnet to become pioneers, right? So very nice. The total number of migrated Pi is about 6.1 billion Pi. So that's insane. The numbers of pioneers that are holding Pi is about 1 billion. The numbers of Pi locked is about 4 billion. So like a lot of Pis have been mined so far. This is very nice because the fact of the matter is, if whether you like Pi or not, the fact that you can earn Pi for free, some people I know, they have millions of Pis, right? Some other, less active people, they have a few hundred to a few thousand Pis, in their wallet. That's basically free money, right? So, in terms of achievements, I would say Pi is doing exactly what it has been setting out to do since day one. That is to make Pi viral and available for as many people around the world as possible. Try to transfer the wealth, and give people free money. I think that's very nice, nice goal. Let's talk about the pros and cons of Pi so you get a better understanding. First of all, let's get into the good stuff. All right. So when it comes to the pros of Pi network, first of all, there are three main important pros that I think we should mention. There are a lot, but I would just name like three, major three. So the first one is availability, right? Again, the fact that Pi is mineable with just a phone, it speaks volume, right? A lot of people, more than 100 million downloads. Anyone with a phone can mine Pi, right? Very easy. Log in every day. One click and that's it. Pi is in your wallet. Easy, right? No fancy equipment, no whatever, right? The second pro is they have, again, a huge community. One of the biggest communities that I have seen. It's all about community in crypto. I think you know that, right? And Pi and their community, viral, like not rival, but like rival with any communities that you can name, right? Millions of users. There's real potential for a thriving ecosystem. And the third pros is the developer interest. So there are constantly more apps being built around Pi, increasing its utility. There are even apps that people can basically, buy real world stuff and real world utilities and necessities with Pi. And I think that's very nice. I've seen people doing it, and I think one of the app is called like Pi Chain Mall or something like that. So mostly like e-commerce app, right? I haven't seen a lot of other apps like DeFi or AIs on Pi. I think they don't really focus on that, but yeah, they do. They also have like a gaming app as well, so that's pretty nice. But let's be real, right? There are also some cons when it comes to Pi, some red flags, I would say, right? So the first one is the repeated delays of the mainnet. In the past, Pi has been hinting a lot about, hey, we're going to mainnet, but they all got delayed, right? So that was very disappointing. However, I think this time they are really gonna do it. So, it doesn't really matter anymore. The next thing is the KYC issues. If you've been a user of Pi, then you would know that Pi has, you need to KYC basically to be able to use and transfer your Pi. However, with KYC, it's, I'm not very sure of the mechanics. I'm not a user of Pi, but all I know is that it's quite hard. And there are a lot of people that fail KYC and, they ask for support, but I mean, you can look down here, right, under the OKX post, like, there are a lot of people asking for support and whatnot, but most of them are unanswered, so that's a big problem. And the next problem or red flag is the unsuspecting community. So as I said, Pi has one of the biggest communities that I've seen. However, the majority of these community are either old people, or the people who doesn't know how blockchain works. They most likely just normal everyday user who doesn't really care about blockchain. They don't know how it works. All that they know about Pi is that, oh, you're able to, earn some sort of tokens for free, not doing anything. And you can actually buy real stuff with this one. So that's why they're into Pi. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a community like that, right? But the fact of the matter is there are very malicious people working within the Pi community trying to scam these people, these unsuspecting community members. That is why there are a lot of people that I know are into Pi. They bought Pi at a really high price OTC, right? Because the whole thing about the Pi community is like, oh, Pi is going to be like worth $300 or $300,000. Some people even tell me that Pi is worth like one house, one car. I don't even know how that works. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, they be paying like their life saving to be buying like a few Pis worth hundreds and thousands of dollars for one Pi. And I think that's just absurd. I think that's a total complete scam. And that's why, a big community is also like a cons, a disadvantage when it comes to the Pi community. A lot of people hate Pi because of that fact, because, it attracted the wrong group of people and created a false hope of, valuation to the people. Okay, let's move on to the main topic of today, and let's talk about Pi's tokenomics and the launching date of the mainnet. So if you click on, the OKX post, and it will lead you to this website. I'm going to be using OKX mainly. If you want to trade Pi on OKX, here's a few details. All right, so the listing time is a Pi deposit will open at 2:45 a.m. UTC on February 12th, 2025. Just click on this thing and it will show you how to deposit, right? Create an account. If you don't have an account on OKX, you can use our referral link down in the description and reply for 20% off of the trading fees. All right, thank you. Now the next step is Pi call auction will take place from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. UTC on February 20th, 2025, and then Pi/USDT spot trading will open at 8 a.m. UTC on the same day. Next, Pi withdrawals will open at 6 a.m. UTC on February 14, 2025. So these are the information that you need to know. There are some rules when it comes to the spot trading opening, like the order limits and whatnot, right? I would suggest you to read this very carefully before you make any transactions or trade. And there's also like a price limit, whatever. It's pretty hard to understand. I will not go into that. All right, and this is the project introduction from OKX on Pi Network. Let's look at the tokenomics of Pi, right? The Pi token has over 60 million engaged users with over 19 million identified, verified or KYC'd users and over 10 million migrated to its mainnet. Very cool. The ticker is going to be Pi. The circulating supply is about 6 billion tokens. The total supply is about 9 billion. And the max supply is about 100 billion. All right. Now, this is interesting. I think I might need to explain a little bit more. The circulating supply, I think that's the initial circulating supply when Pi is listed. There's going to be about 6 billion tokens out in the market. I think that is what circulating supply is. The total supply is after listing on February 20th, there's going to be a total of 9.3 billion Pi. There's not going to be any more. There's going to be a total of 9.3 billion Pis. So about 6 billion in circulation, about more than 3 billion locked, right? And it's going to be released. And then the max supply is 100 billion is the total ever existing Pis ever, 100 billion. So I think throughout the years, more Pi is going to be introduced to the market. And that would raise the total supply from 9 billion to 100 billion. And after Pi reaches 100 billion in supply, there's not going to be any more Pi, right? So I think that's what it is. When it comes to the price prediction of Pi, as I said before, lots of users of Pi have different valuations. Some say $300, some say a house, a car, $1,000, $3,000, whatever, right? I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, I don't think one Pi is going to be like $300. That is crazy. If you look at, again, going back to OKX, right? If you look at the circulating supply of 6 billion, right? 6 billion circulating supply. And if you times that by $314, like a lot of people said, then the market cap of Pi is going to be about $1.9 trillion. 1.9 trillion. If you go to coin market cap, Bitcoin's market cap is 1.9 trillion. So if Pi price is $314, are you telling me that Pi's market cap is going to be as big as Bitcoin's? The biggest tokens ever? The king of crypto? No. Right? No. I don't think that's going to happen ever. That is just a crazy valuation. Whatever I don't care what you think. I don't care who you are. If you are saying that Pi is worth as much as Bitcoin, you are crazy. Okay? And I don't want to be friends with you. Okay? So there's that. There's no way that one Pi is going to be $300 or more. Some other people would say Pi is around $5 to $10. Now, okay, that is much more reasonable. Right? That is much more reasonable, but honestly, I don't think that's happening. So if one Pi is $5, right, and times that by $6 billion in circulation, that's going to be $30 billion in market cap. Okay, much more reasonable, $30 billion. That would put Pi at around top 10 token in terms of market cap. Well, I don't think that's happening. I'm sorry. Okay, this might get a lot of hate. I just don't see a future where Pi is at a top 9 or top 8 in terms of valuation, in terms of market cap. I'm sorry. That's just not happening. Some other people argue that Pi would be around 0.5 so about 50 cents, and then it will climb up to about $1 to $2 after listing on exchanges. Now, I like that valuation much more. I like that prediction much more. So if you look at ICE network, right? If you look at ICE network, a lot of people compare Pi to ICE network because of the same sort of mechanism, right? ICE network was also like a tap to earn kind of thing on your phone, and then it went mainnet, right? So it's, in terms of mechanism, it's similar to Pi, right? But when it's launched, right, if you click on TradingView, when ICE was launched, it was only at about $100 million in market cap. That's all. $100 million in market cap. That's for ICE network. And then it went all the way down to about $30 million, and then it went up, it went down, and now it's around $42 million in market cap. Look at that, right? About $42 million market cap. Now, I'm not saying that ICE can be equal to Pi network. I'm not saying that. Pi is obviously much bigger than ICE network. That is obviously true. So I think for Pi, a valuation of about $1 to $2 billion in market cap is reasonable. Okay, so the price of Pi after listing on OKX should be around 0.2 to about $0.3 per Pi, or 20 to 30 cents per Pi. This price could increase to about 50 cents, or maybe up to even $1, okay, depending on Pi's mainnet, depending on the utility of Pi tokens, depending on the demands, depending on the activities. I mean, lots of factors can contribute to this, right? Or if the activities are not there, if the people on Pi, they're not really using Pi, they just want to sell Pi, that could drive the price of Pi down to about $0.1, so 10 cents per Pi. I think that is a fair valuation. Okay, most likely, I think Pi coin should be traded at around 20 cents. There are some other, pre-markets that says that, hey, Pi is going to be $80. Some pre-markets at $80 or whatnot. It's not verified. Okay, it's not the real price. So, should you be hyped about Pi network? I mean, yeah, it depends. If you've been mining Pi for years, this is exciting news because you finally can cash out. Amazing, right? Free money for life, right? But if you are new, I would say proceed with caution. As with anything, do your research. This video is not financial advice, okay? Pi has certainly helped many people earn money, right, from nothing, but it also indirectly created false hope and high expectations or crazy expectations that led to many people buying Pi at an insane price and valuation. And just imagine on listing day, Pi is at around like 20-30 cents, or maybe like 50 cents or $1. These people would be detrimental. Like, they basically put out their entire savings to buy Pi OTC at crazy price, and they expect that Pi, like the price of Pi, would go up to like insanely high as Bitcoin. Just imagine the disappointment from them, to know that, wow, Pi is like less than $1. And that has been my video about Pi network. I hope that you liked the video so far. What do you think about Pi coin price? Like, if you agree or disagree with my price prediction for Pi, just comment down below and let's have a discussion. And remember to use our referral links for OKX, which is the exchange listing Pi, down in the description for 20% off of your trading fees for life. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like, subscribe to Crypto Ninjas, and I'll see you in our next video. Daily out.